Welcome everybody, my name is Michael, and today we're discussing about, first of all, happy St. Patty's Day. Cryptocurrency is now at 1.142 trillion. Bitcoin has hit 27,000, or previously it was 25,000. The crypto market is moving up. We have received a huge injection of capital from the people. Around $200 billion has flown into crypto. People are very excited right now because the banks are not going the right way. They're going down. They are declining. It is a disaster. So we have had a huge amount of news regarding the banks recently. Banks have been going down, unlike cryptocurrency. So ever since Silicon Valley Bank fell down, there was Signature Bank that fell down. There was also Silvergate Bank that fell down. 3 banks, 2 of which beat records. And they were the largest banks to fail since Washington Mutual in 2008. And right now, this is sending shockwaves to the average consumer, to investors, to shareholders, to employees, and to other banks around the world as well. One of the large global banks that was close to some turmoil, I mean, they are going through turmoil, but I guess you could say close to collapsing, is, well, Credit Suisse, which is being propped up thanks to the Swiss government. And now one of the larger American banks that is currently being propped up is First Republic. There is a keen interest in making sure that First Republic doesn't collapse because they're holding $212 billion. So they have earned some emergency assistance from both the Federal Reserve and JP Morgan Chase. First Republic shares tanked 62%. It is most likely going to get downgraded from its A- rating. Wells Fargo and Comerica also fell down, but First Republic is one of the ones with the sharpest decline. 62% is huge. The S&P Global offered no additional confidence. They have reduced the rating of the bank to junk by Wednesday. So First Republic stock crashed again after that. This time it hit its lowest level in over a decade. So they sold off over $12 million worth of shares. They had received $30 billion of assistance. And now we're looking at other banks which are also not doing very well. Credit Suisse has been battered with a lot of scandals. A lot of these large banks, they've been doing some scandalous stuff. Wells Fargo, we know. I mean, there's been record-breaking lawsuits for money laundering, for defrauding customers and employees, for violating U.S. sanctions, such as Credit Suisse reportedly spying on employees. There was a criminal enterprise scheme where they were holding accounts for criminal enterprises. They pushed Mozambique, a country in Africa, into economic crisis through a bribery scheme. So, just the usual stuff. Credit Suisse stocks plunged to all-time lows, and they would receive nearly $54 billion in liquid cash from the Swiss National Bank. Its stock continued to sink, and analysts from JP Morgan have laid out 3 paths. The bank survives after completing its planned corporate overhauls. Swiss regulators offer deposit guarantees or a wholesale bank bailout, or fellow Swiss bank UBS would acquire Credit Suisse, which UBS has also helped out with Credit Suisse. Charles Schwab was so severe that the namesake founder, Charles Schwab himself, has lost around $3 billion from his personal fortune. Similar to SVB, they hold ample investment in long-term treasury bonds, and a lot of people were freaking out because they would probably fall into the same sell-off dwindling stock to pay off panicked depositors that SVB did, and that's not going to work. They're going to lose money. Now they're currently rearranging investments. Executives bought up millions of dollars of company shares. They hoped that it would give the firm a slight value bump. And right now, the stock has fallen more than 7% just on Friday morning alone. Next bank, Western Alliance Bank Corporation lost 82% of its value on Monday. And the New York Stock Exchange halted trading of Western Alliance shares. The business appeared to be in good shape, even while SVB collapsed, had extra funds at its disposal. Well, after trading resumed, then they lost an additional 8%. Looks like they're going through a possible downgrade of rating. And overall, there's a lot of people who are freaked out that they could collapse. So, yeah. PacWest Bancorp lost more than 52% of its value on Monday. Also had its trading frozen that day. And now, Bitcoin and crypto. Ethereum is currently at 1739. It was approaching 1800. It's up a couple percent this week. Overall, the market caps for almost 23,000 coins. We're looking at a volume, 24-hour volume for just Bitcoin alone of 46 billion. Ethereum approaching 11.5 billion, Tether 56 billion. Huge volume. And for total, for all the 22,000 cryptos, we're looking at close to $77 billion that has been trading hands. Bitcoin has gone up. Right now, it's still a far cry from where Bitcoin was before, the 60,000 range, and Ethereum, a couple $1,000s. However, we're at a point where Bitcoin is finally giving some hope to people. It's a weird environment. And there's most likely going to be a downfall again, back to 25, 26. There's going to be some retracing. People are going to be freaking out. But this is what happens. This is normal. Banks are starting to collapse. Suddenly the value proposition of crypto rises. However, the banks are not fully collapsing. It's all propped up. It's a weird time. It's got elements of 2008, but it's different. The job market is still relatively strong for certain things. So really, who's the benefiters right now? Certain cryptocurrencies, certain crypto investors, and certain banks. Smaller, local community, credit unions, smaller banks, and even the largest of the bunch, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, I believe it was Wells Fargo. Those three were the ones that were benefiting from these other large banks failing and customers going over to them. People don't want to trust the large banks, so they're going to small community banks, or they want to go to the largest of the bunch, the too big to fail, the ones that survived 2008, and also the ones that are doing the bailouts and helping out these other banks and helping them out. They're buying them out. So it's a strange time right now. So we always have to be careful when there's a pretty nice rally, especially happening due to volatility, because it can potentially, for a couple of days, maybe even a week or two, settle back down to the numbers we were prior to the rally. However, long term, this is great news. This is fantastic. This is exactly what crypto was designed to do. Bitcoin, silver, gold, all of these were supposed to go up when the banking system collapsed, and that's exactly what is happening. Right now, it's just due to the sheer huge amount of people, the number of people who have just been waiting for this to happen, and it finally happens. Well, we went up a couple $1,000s, and that's great. But there's a lot of people who have also been waiting to sell. So the market's just going to, regulate itself for a couple days. And hopefully this means that this is the year where we're back on track. Maybe we hit 100K. Who knows? It's very exciting. I think this is great potential for a good ending of this year. We still have a lot of time. It's March, and it's very exciting. So if you have some money to lose, might as well invest. And even if you don't, start investing in 401ks and maybe put 1 to 2% of your salary away for cryptocurrency. Me, first I got to get out of debt, and then it makes sense for me to invest. But I am so excited. I'm so pumped for when I'm able to finally start investing again. This is going to be amazing. Guys, just want to thank you for watching today. Have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye.